whatever she decides next. Has the ability to impact an entire country in ways no one could ever imagine.
Buying Team Namibia is a choice you make for us, not just for you. Join the 2.5 million strong team that grows stronger with every single Team Namibia purchase. Team Namibia. Together, our future is brighter.
Good evening and thank you for being with us this Thursday evening for Primetime News. I'm Salima Shumwefeleni Masipa, your guide through tonight's headlines. Leading tonight's bulletin, retired Lieutenant General Sebastian Deytunga, the recently appointed governor of the Ohangwena region, has called on the region's residents to embrace and support him in the wake of his appointment by the president. In an exclusive interview with Primetime News on Wednesday, Deytunga urged the people of the region to accept him, emphasizing that he considers himself their son and will rely on their support.
I feel very honored and proud for His Excellency Dr. Hage Geingob to pick me up from a pool of experienced civil servants or citizens who are also able to be in the same position, and therefore I regard myself as lucky to come out and be given that national duty. As a patriot, I have to accept it and make sure that I make this nation proud, the president, the Namibian nation, and the region where I'm posted, to make sure that we perform as per the principle of our government to provide quality, objective, impartial service to each and every citizen of this country and the visitors alike. I request that the people of Ohangwena should embrace me. I'm their son, and I will depend on them. I will listen to their complaints and the challenges and advice, and I will be ready to form up a formidable team that will look into all the challenges of the regions and to pave ways of finding solutions to some of the problems. It will not be an easy issue. These problems are problems that have accumulated for a long time. They cannot have a solution of a day or a month or a year, but we will make sure that if we have a united, disciplined and dedicated and hard-working team, we will break through the cycle of poverty in the region.
The Minister of Labour, Industrial Relations and Employment Creation, Uthoni Nuyoma, announced that the second Harambee Prosperity Plan mandates the inclusion of an employment impact assessment in all government policies, strategies, plans, programs and ministerial budgets. Uthoni made these remarks during a cabinet briefing earlier today. Now let's listen in.
The other important issue I want to talk about is the employment impact assessment. The second Harambee Prosperity Plan, as it is known as HPP2, made provision that all government policies, strategies, plans, programs, and ministerial budgets should include an employment impact assessment. This means that all active labor market by the employment impact assessment reports in order to understand what types of employment, direct, indirect, and induced effect will be created during the implementations of policies or programs. This ministry is tasked with the responsibility of ensuring that employment impact assessment is embedded in the aforementioned policies and programs and its coordination thereof.
The Minister of Health and Social Services, Dr. Kalumbi Shangula, has voiced apprehension regarding the rise in maternal deaths, stillbirths, and neonatal deaths in Namibia. The minister addressed this concern today during the opening of the National Seminar on Neonatal Care in Swakopmund. Now let's listen in to a portion of the minister's speech.
We have decided to build a new intensive care ward at the Swakopmund Hospital to cater for the coastal areas, that's Swakopmund and the Walvis Bay area. The tender was awarded to a contractor, and the work was supposed to be completed a long time ago. But unfortunately, there have been challenges with the contractor, and despite all the remedial actions we have instituted, it was not coming to a completion. As a result, a decision was taken by the ministry that we terminate the contract, and then we now have to issue a new contract. We have now revised the scope of work, what needs to be done, that has been finalized, and very soon we will appoint a new contractor who will then complete the job. This is critically important because we know that the experience have showed us that babies, mothers, they used to be transferred to Windhoek, and you know it takes not less than 3 hours from Swakopmund to get to Windhoek. And therefore, during that period, the life of both the mother and the child are put at risk. And therefore, we would like to have a place nearby here in Swakopmund to cater for the needs of mothers and babies. Yes, indeed, the delays are regretted, but now we have found a way forward. And very soon this project will be completed.
During our recent visit to the Rundu Trade Fair, the owner of Santia Poroto Foods, a food entrepreneur, sat down with Primetime News to discuss her experience showcasing products at the Rundu Trade Fair for the first time. She delved into challenges encountered in securing financial support from local institutions and shared insights into marketing and bottling obstacles. Now let's take a look at a segment from that exclusive interview.
So with funding, I think why a lot of Namibian entrepreneurs are kind of like, they fail even without starting is it's extremely hard to penetrate that. Even the criteria that they set up. For me, who has zero income, zero, let me say, zero, what's the term? I don't have any assets whatsoever. So the whole atmosphere of even looking for funding, it's extremely hard because I don't know who sets up all those criteria. If they are actually looking at the side of entrepreneurs, the challenges that they already go through, because they make it extremely hard. So basically I've been experiencing a lot of hardships, so I know there's something happening at Agribank, and then there's something happening at FNB and all that. But when you go into the fine print, you are already excluded from there. So yeah, it's very hard. So we are kind of like looking for people to, when we say invest in Namibia, are we really investing in Namibia? Are we really giving the support that entrepreneurs need? Are we really kind of like opening the door for them to enter? So especially when it comes to processing, just to get your products into retail stores, there is so much red tape that you have to pass. And somebody who has no financial backing like me, who has no collateral like me, who is a nobody, going into, let me say for example, Pick n Pay is going to be extremely hard, because also we have to look at what are the government, what is the policies they're actually setting for foreign shops to open. Are they also supporting local production? You know, that's kind of like something that we need to also look at.
Stay tuned for our upcoming Primetime Business segment. Welcome to Primetime Biz, your premier source for all things business. Today, the Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Dr. Phea Moshelenga, and his Botswana counterpart, Thulangano Segoko, jointly announced a statement between both countries to harmonize data roaming charges. This initiative supports the resolution made during a virtual meeting of SADC ministers responsible for ICT and information in June 2023, urging member states to align their roaming charges. Our producer Diana Kauta was present at the briefing and brings us this insert.
At that meeting, the two ministers agreed to accelerate the harmonization of roaming charges across the SADC region to facilitate the implementation of the single digital market in line with the cost-based roaming project by the decision of SADC ministers responsible for information and communications in June 2023. Cognizant of the importance of mobile telecommunication services in facilitating regional integration and seamless trade, the two ministers resolved that the Communications Regulatory Authority of Namibia, CRAN, and Botswana Communications Regulatory Authority, BOCRA, in consultation with mobile networks operators, should agree on a collaborative framework to reduce roaming charge between Namibia and Botswana. The two ministers committed to implementing the SADC ministers' decision by the end of March 2024. Progress made. CRAN and BOCRA have established a joint technical committee on the reduction of roaming charges between Namibia and Botswana.
The next steps would include, first, data analysis and drafting of a report with proposed roaming rates by the committee by December of 2023. The report will be shared with the operators and stakeholders at a workshop in January of 2024 for further input. Operators to start preliminary negotiations based on the direction provided in the draft report through January 2024. Operators would be given an opportunity to make written submissions to the committee, which would be incorporated in the final report by end January 2024. Regulators to issue directives to the operators on implementation of reduced roaming rates by February of 2024.
Turning our attention to banking finance news. The Primetime Biz team recently spoke with a representative of Letshego Bank at the Rundu Trade Fair who provided insights into the bank's service offerings. Now let's listen in.
Okay, we offer mostly all the banking services. We offer personal loans. This is now both individuals and also, let me say, okay, government and non-government, sorry. So yeah, we've actually extended our products to private clients also as of I think last month. So yeah, we also open bank accounts to anyone, employee, unemployed. We have minor, we open business accounts. We also have overdrafts for people that are banking with us. Those that are not, they can also come and apply. We just open for your bank account, then you qualify to get it on an overdraft. Overdraft is also extended to businesses as well. If you have a business account, you do qualify for that as well. We have different types of accounts. We have let's go basic account, like you can see there. We have the basic account. We have what do we call an investment account. We have also a flexible savings account. We also open business accounts. It's quite easy. I think it takes maybe a little under 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes might be even a lot. If you have all the documents from onboarding to the whole last part where you have to sign, it can take up to 5 minutes, which is quite fast. That is now account opening. The loan process is also almost similar, maybe a little bit over 5 minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes, but yeah, it's within. So our benefits is actually our accounts. Our accounts are actually, if you've noticed, we are the only bank actually that's offering an account, a basic account or a current account that has interest on your balance every month. So basically our rates are very low. So our account, like let's go basic accounts, they don't even have monthly fees. So that is quite competitive. Also our cards, you use their MasterCards, you use any bank ATM. So it's really cheap. Any ATM uses exactly the same fee. So it's quite convenience for our clients. So I think that's one thing they enjoy the most. You don't have to be queuing up in long queues because you have a lot of options of ATMs to use.
Next on the agenda is your weather forecast, followed by a roundup of the latest economic news. Welcome to Sport Planet, your premier destination for all things sports. We kick off with continental football. Brentford forward Yoane Wissa showcased his prowess by scoring for the Democratic Republic of Congo in a 2-0 victory over Mauritania during Wednesday's World Cup qualifying match. Wissa found the net in the 62nd minute at the bustling 80,000-seat Kinshasa Stadium, and the substitute Theo Bongonda extended the lead 9 minutes from time. DRC Congo secured a triumph in Group B on the opening day of Africa's qualifying matches for the 2026 World Cup, set to be hosted in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. On to the high-octane world of Formula One. Formula One world champion Max Verstappen has blasted this weekend's Las Vegas Grand Prix as 99% show and says he isn't looking forward to the race. The Red Bull three-time world champion criticized the new street course and said Wednesday he had no interest in the razzmatazz around the event. It's 99% show and 1% sporting event, said the Dutchman when asked to evaluate the return of the sport to Vegas after a 41-year absence. Stay tuned for your sports roundup. And with that, we bring tonight's broadcast to a close. Join us again tomorrow for the Friday edition of Primetime News. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on events both at home and abroad. Until then, I'm Selima Shumwefeleni Masipa, accompanied by our dedicated production team, wishing you a peaceful evening. It's good night.